guys would enjoy watching the turtles while I'm working. Got just about everything done except for uploading some new t-shirt designs. So I figured I would just let the camera run on the turtle tank. They're actually doing great. They're starting to outgrow their shells, so they're going to do some shedding soon. But before they shed, I'm definitely going to take them out and brush all that algae off of them. But I'm going to have to do that after work. Figured you guys would enjoy this, so just going to have this running in the background for you to enjoy the ambient sounds of fish aquariums and the baby turtles. I'll be monitoring the comments off and on, guys. Have fun. Yeah, working on getting this new design published on the Fatherfish merch shop. Oh, I've got to turn off the sound on mine. That way there's no feedback. There we go. We've got Food Web Fanboy. Now I'm making some Food Web Fam girl merch. So I figured while I'm doing that, I can have a live stream going on the turtle tank. Fatherfish mentioned doing that. He's like, if you're not doing something that is sensitive, like QuickBooks or ADP, then why not just have it going in the background? So that's what I'm doing. Just took me a little while to actually get the confidence up to do it on my own. Thanks, Julie. I really appreciate that. I've put in a lot of work on this tank. It originally started out as a 75-gallon fish aquarium, but sadly, I'm not sure if it's the stand or the floor or what happened, but it made my house shift because I've got so many tanks in this room. So I had to bring it down a little bit because thankfully Fatherfish noticed that my tank was bowing before I had a catastrophic explosion. Which actually worked out great because I always wanted a turtle paludarium. It was just the catalyst that pushed me into doing it. If you guys don't mind, please like and share this live stream out. It would really help me a lot. I'm working on building my watch hours. Eventually I'll get there. It's just going to take some time, and me actually making videos would help. These baby turtles have been just a sheer joy to watch. Watching them grow, watching them just do their own thing. Hey, Christian B. Thanks. Yeah, I'm sitting here working on some merch for the Fatherfish shop, so I figured I'm going to take Fatherfish's advice and I'm going to do a live stream while I do it. I guess I need to share this live stream out on my social media real quick too. That'd probably be a good idea. Alright, got that done. Oh, thanks, Christian B. I really appreciate it. Definitely, that is definitely appreciated. Thank you so much. Yeah, sharing the live stream out really helps the algorithm. Not that anybody can ever figure out YouTube's algorithm because they've got it so complicated. And when you do figure it out, guess what? They change it. It's like it's forever in a state of flux. And let me know if you guys would rather see what I'm doing than watch the turtles. It's up to you guys. All I'm doing is just picking out some merch, lining up some things to make it perfectly lined, and then just uploading them to the shop. But if you guys want to see me do that, I can definitely turn the camera onto the computer. Or you can just sit there and enjoy the nice calming sounds of fish aquariums. Up to you guys. Actually, I'm going to throw a couple of pellets in there where you guys can actually watch them eat. I need to separate them out because the female is very territorial. She will literally bite poor little Squirtle if he even so much as tries to go after a pellet. So I got to get her pellets over here and his more towards him. You got one right there. Come on. Oh, there you go. I call them my little piranhas because they're so bitey. They're definitely little tiny miniature dinosaurs. Oh, cool, we got Father Fish. Oh, I gotta get him a wrench. Hold up, we gotta get Father Fish a wrench. There we go. Yeah, I finally took your advice. While I'm working on the merch shop, I'm doing a live stream. It took me long enough, didn't it? You guys just let me know which one you would rather watch. Turtles or how you make merch. Up to you guys. Hey, Daniel Ingalls, welcome. We're having a turtle watch party. While I'm working on merch, I figured that would be a pretty good idea. And I've got a new design coming out that is going to be really fun. It is Food Web Fangirl. If we got something for the boys, got to have something for the girls too. Well, now you got a wrench, Father Fish. You got a wrench. I'm surprised you didn't already have a wrench. I think it's one of YouTube's glitches because I could have swore I had given you a wrench. Daniel Engel says, all of your plants are looking nice and lush. Thank you. I've been trying to get them there. It took a little bit longer than what I had hoped, but it's starting to get there. And it'll eventually get there. It just takes a little bit of time. That's the main thing with plants, is being patient and just letting them grow in. Let them do their thing. And Jaden, welcome to the group. Let me get you a wrench. There you go. Now you've got a wrench. If you want to keep it, you've got to like and subscribe to the channel. Sadly, it's not my rules because I would not make that rule. It's YouTube's rules. Oh, the musks are really cool, Father Fish. I love them. And I love it they stay small and they're so entertaining. I mean, they are just adorable. Daniel Engel says, just finished planning our new 40G dirted skate. Awesome. Yeah, you're going to love the 40-gallon breeder. That's one of my favorite tanks, is my 40-gallon breeder. And I'm finally starting to get it the way I want it. It's still not 100% yet. I think I still need to add a few more plants, but I'm getting there. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And the main thing with the time is me figuring out, okay, which plants do I want? Because the more I learn about aquatic plants, the more I realize there is endless possibilities. Daniel Ingalls said I had to break down to the old tank. It went to a friend who is reconciling it. Cool. Hate that you had to break down the old tank though, but I'm sure your friend will really appreciate having the tank. Yeah, one of my fish friends, she would always give me her old tanks, and I always loved when she did. She's like, I don't want this. This is scratched up. It might make a hospital tank. And I'm like, oh, this is a perfect breeding tank. Yeah, I can use this, girl. Do musk turtles always hang out together? These two definitely do, because I got them both as hatchlings. The male was under the size of a quarter. The female was just at the size of a quarter. And they have a tendency to hang out together until the female gets a little bit aggressive. If there's food involved, she may try to bite him. But I think that's just the nature of them, because they're very little bitey creatures. It's like having a pet dinosaur in your aquarium. I always wanted piranhas, but I think I'm happy with these guys. They're definitely piranha enough for me. Especially since sadly in Florida I can't have piranhas, so that's the closest thing I'm probably ever going to get. Oh, nice. They now offer long sleeve hoodie t-shirts. I love that. Yeah, I'm a hoodie person, so I love when they make the lightweight hoodies that are the t-shirts. Those are my favorite. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be putting in another order. Definitely want the oversized hoodie sweatshirt. Those are so comfortable. A lounge set. That could be fun. Almost got all of the merch that I want to make selected. Then it's just a matter of making sure everything is lined up perfectly. Because you have to have it lined up the correct size or your merch will not turn out right, which is not fun. But the good thing is this Spreadshop site makes it super easy for the most part. It's just a little bit time consuming. It's actually kind of nice to have somebody to talk to while doing it. How's the Pisces? Something wrong if they aren't biting. Right? That's about it. They are very bitey little critters. But you know what? That's one of the things that makes them interesting is how feisty they are. And they are pretty feisty. They will bite anything that goes in that tank. Whether it is snails, pellets, my hands, they don't care. Funny thing is they will go after my fingers, but they will not go after my mom or my husband's fingers. They just look at them like, what is this? Nope. I've actually seen them where moms petted them. And they just hide in their shells. They're like, nope. The second I put my hand in there, they're like, oh yeah, you're the person that feeds us. We know what this is. We're going after you. Christian B says, I was looking at the Fatherfish merch this morning. I love the new designs. Thank you, Christian B. I've got several others that I've worked on. I've got them ready to go. It's just a matter of getting everything lined up where it's on the merch perfectly. Because I don't want anything misaligned. And it can take a little bit of time to get it there, but it's worth taking the extra time to do it. That way you know the merch is right. Daniel Ingalls says, my friend traded us some platinum tiger barbs, black skirt tetras, black neon tetras, 2 angelfish, pygmy cory cats, and a bucket load of plants for my old tank and miscellaneous equipment. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, can't wait to see it. You're going to have to come on live stream Wednesday night and show me. Yeah, sorry about last night, guys. I was not doing well yesterday. I just was not doing well at all. Speaking of which, happy Easter, Fatherfish. I meant to call you, but yesterday I pretty much just vegetated in my recliner and was not doing well at all. But the good thing is I'm feeling a lot better today. Still a little bit under the weather, but nothing like yesterday. This weekend, while some parts of it was fun, the pain parts was not fun. But at least Saturday, I actually got to go to a fish shop, which was fun. Aqua City Aquariums. They actually had these giant eels, which was amazing. I started to ask them if I could live stream in their shop, but I wasn't sure if that was weird. I didn't know if that would be something that would be unusual to ask, so I didn't. But it was really an impressive fish shop. Hey, I'm glad to know it wasn't just me on that, though. I hope you're feeling okay, Luke. Now, yesterday, I was not myself yesterday. Alright, got 54 products selected. Now just to do lining up each one to make sure the graphic's right. Good thing is I've got the graphic the right size, but it's still a matter of changing it from the size they want it to the size that I feel looks right. Because they want to make it this little tiny graphic that you can't read. And I'm like, no, that needs to be big enough where we can see it. And then making sure that the t-shirt colors doesn't clash with the design. Let's see what we got. Christian D, I'll definitely have to get some shirts. I wear my angelfish and my swamp tank shirts so much that I'll wear them out too fast. Right, I love the swamp tank designs. I've got some more designs for that coming up soon. I've just got to get I think it's 15 other designs uploaded. But it's just a matter of going through, uploading them. It won't be bad. See, Daniel Ingalls says, for sure, we'll come on live stream. Got some new shorts up too if anyone wants to check them out after Dina's stream. The 40-gallon is still cycling and the fish are being quarantined in my 29-gallon. That's really cool. Can't wait to see it. Father Fish said, who were you? Not sure, other than just me. Drake and Tosh says, love that tank, Dina. Thank you, Dre. Todd Bob says, hello. Todd Bob says, I want to try out Saltwater, but I don't know about it. Oh, I feel you on that. Part of me wants to try out Saltwater, and my aunt gave me the perfect tank to try it. But then I'm like, oh, I could turn that into a nice tank for my betta fish and possibly breed bettas in that. So it's a hard call for me. I'm not sure which one that I want to even try. I know I can do brackish water. The Oompa Oola shrimp, I don't have a problem raising those things. They go crazy. But that's brackish and not saltwater. Still a little bit intimidated by the saltwater. And if I could get out to the jetties in Jacksonville, I could probably collect some natural stuff that would do well, but I don't know. I've just heard so many horror stories of doing saltwater tanks. I'm going to wait until Father Fish has it figured out, then I'll try it. Okay, got the first shirt out of 58 made. Let's see. Christian B says, that turtle is so cool with the little moss back. Isn't he? He really is. And that's just because he's about to shed his shell, the outer portion of it. And then he won't have any problems with it. He'll have the protective layer back. But I do need to take him out after work, get a toothbrush, and clean him. That way, you know, it'll help him shed better, is what I'm thinking. Todd Bob says, I mean, if you have a 5-gallon, you can get a dwarf blue-legged hermit crab. That would be cool. I haven't seen those. I never thought about hermit crabs. That could actually be fun. That could be fun. Yeah, my aunt gave me a pretty cool fish tank. I mean, it's not something that I would have ever searched for myself because I'm used to sponge filters, some hang-on back filters, but I don't really like those. I prefer just straight sponge filter and an air pump. Her tank that she got me, which is the same one that she has, is really neat because it's got all this biological media, this foam, all this stuff. Like the back 3 inches is nothing but a filter. And I looked it up because I'm like, why do you need that much filtration? And it's something to do with it being designed to be a saltwater tank or a freshwater tank. So, I don't know. First, I've got to find a place to put it. Right now, I've still got it in the box because I was hoping it would be able to go on my desk. And that way I could look at it while at work. But, yeah, it's not going to fit on my desk. Was so hoping it would. That would have been really cool. Todd says, I mean, if I do start Saltwater, they will be test subjects. I feel you on that. That's what it would be for me because I have never done Saltwater. I've always been a little bit intimidated by it, so I guess really there's no need to be intimidated. It's just a matter of doing it, figuring out the right parameters, figuring out how to just make it where it's natural. But the ocean is so big and vast that I don't know, it just sort of intimidates me. Got another shirt done. So let's get this one lined up. That needs to be a little bit smaller. Todd says, I mean, I am not buying a $30 fish and it dies, so hermit crabs are the best test subjects. Right? I would cry. I would definitely cry on that. So far, the most I've spent on, we're not counting the turtles, on an individual fish would be those fish that I got from LRB Aquatics that are red Japanese rice fish. It's actually become one of my favorite fish because they don't require a heater. I don't have to worry about in the winter if the power goes out what's going to happen. And I don't know, they kind of remind me of miniature goldfish because they never get bigger than a little over an inch. They're really cute. Joy says, I did a rock pool tank. It's still going well after a year. Crabs, starfish, gobies, and some other small fish with microalgae. That is so cool. I would love to see that on live stream, Joey. That is cool. Yeah, the bucket ponds I just started with kiddie pools, just playing around off this this channel that I really like the guy. He's a really nice guy, Bucket Ponds. Me and him actually started doing YouTube around the same time. And he's got it down pat. He can get it to work. Me, I think it's the placement of where I put the ponds and the fact that they are just kiddie pools from Walmart. They already started breaking down. That's the reason I went and got that big 300-gallon, it's like a stock tank or for cattle to drink out of. But it's supposed to hold up better to the sunlight, hold up better to the elements. I've just got to get it fixed perfectly because I'm not sure if I'm going to breed some neocardian shrimp or if I'm going to breed rice fish in it. And I'm thinking about rice fish just because I just love those guys. They can stay outside year-round. Even if the water froze, they wouldn't care. As long as there's still a little bit of water circulation, they're good to go. They're tough. I'm probably going to end up buying this shirt. I love the color pink they've got on this one. I'll probably buy it though in the hoodie shirt though. I love hoodies. I'm always cold. Even though I live in Florida, I'm just always cold. Okay, got one more shirt down. Now edit the next one. See what I've got going on in the chat. Todd says, and I'm moving to air pump because it's cheap, and yes, it can use a sponge filter and salt water. I am if I ever do get a saltwater tank. WV Holland Girl, hey, how's it going? Doing a turtle tank live stream while I'm working on merch. So far I've got 2 shirts down out of 58, I think is what I said. I can't remember, you guys. Was it 58? Running through, checking, making sure everything's lined up, everything's the right size, and everything's the right color because I don't want it to clash with the design. Got another one down. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this shirt looks comfy. The women's curvy V-neck, that looks like that would be a comfy shirt. Working on food web thin girl design today. Just getting it uploaded to all the shirts where it's lined up perfectly. And something cool that I found out about Spreadshop that I really like is there's actually a custom feature where people can go in, pick the designs, and then choose where they want it too. That way, if I don't have something, somebody else can go on there and be like, ooh, I want this on something custom. And Spreadshop handles it. See, Todd Bob says, I mean, there is a Hager silent pump meant for 600 gallons, and it's like 50 bucks. So, I mean, it's cheap to run Aquarium air pump, so why not? Right? I don't know what type of air pump I've got. I can't remember because I got it, man, last March, I believe. But that one air pump runs all of my tanks, and it's still got enough power behind it that every now and then I have to go make sure that the hose is connected right. I could probably run easy another 5 tanks off that one air pump. And that's what you guys hear in the background. I mean, it's not a quiet pump, but it's also not overwhelming sound to me. It's just sort of a relaxing sound because I love aquarium sounds. That's one of the reasons why in the past I did some just aquarium sound videos. It's because it just relaxes you. It takes that tension out of your neck. And yeah, that is kind of wild. It is wild how much money you can save with sponge filters and an air pump. I mean, it's really cost effective. Got another one down. Let's see here. Let me get this lined up perfect. I love some of the new designs that they've offered on Spreadshop. Like there's this one which, because of my water, I would not be able to get this shirt. But it's actually an American flag shirt with one sleeve having the stars, the other sleeve having the stripes, and then it's white. I mean, it's a beautiful shirt, but I know my well water, it would not last very long. I would constantly have to use OxyClean on it. I know this one's easy. Only 3 colors to choose from. That's way easier. Yep. Got another one down. So how was everybody's Easter weekend? Mine was pretty much slow, kind of uneventful. We pretty much just, especially the way I was feeling yesterday for Easter, we pretty much just vegetated and watched The Chosen. I don't know if you guys have seen that show. It's actually pretty good. It follows the life of Jesus Christ, but it gives you like a different perspective. It's really interesting. Hey, WB Mama. Hello. How's it going? And it was actually kind of nice because we all agreed, you know, not to play on our phones while we was watching Chosen. So it's like, I was totally disconnected from my phone, which is rare for me because I always have my phone on me. I'm always doing something on my phone. Let's see what Todd Bob says. And hang-on backs are so expensive to run. When you have an air pump, you can save like $200 if you switch to air pumps. I see why it's LFS is going that, but Easter I went to church. Hey, that's cool, Todd. Christian B says, I'm trying to figure out how to use CapCut. Don't you have a video about it? I believe I do have a video about it. I'm not sure how far back it would be. I know I meant to upload a video about it because CapCut is really easy to work. I mean, it's not bad. It's not like some of the other programs because the other editing programs will give you a headache. CapCut makes it easy. It makes it simple. I believe they got a new feature now called video templates that will probably be really helpful for you, Christian B. Todd says, I was the Easter bunny and we had turkey and watched the Passion of the Christ. That's so cool. I'm glad you had such a great Easter. That's awesome. Got another shirt made? You have to pay to use CapCut. You can actually use CapCut for free because I don't pay for it. The only time you have to pay for it is if you want these special features, which is but basically different transitions in the videos, different stickers that you can do in the videos, and there's certain templates and fonts that you need to have the premium for. You can always just stay away from those and just do the basic, and then it's free. Because I don't pay for it. I've thought about paying for it, but for the longest time there, I had editor's block. Because I've got about 8 hours of footage that I need to edit to upload to YouTube, and I guess I just overwhelmed myself by doing too much footage at one time, because back in February when we went on vacation, I recorded everything. I recorded this beautiful botanical garden. I recorded so much. And I don't know, I guess I'm overwhelmed myself. Maybe I should have stuck to what I usually do, which is more short form videos. Christian B, I feel you on that. I feel technically challenged too. I had to ask some Centennials how I get my camera with the new update on YouTube to actually go into horizontal mode. Because the last live stream I tried, I deleted it. It wanted to stay in vertical mode, and I'm like, this just looks horrible. You can't even see the full tank. And I'm like, no. No. Todd says, nah, I just want to grow on YouTube. I'm good. I'm a kid. I'm almost 14, and I'm not buying that stuff. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You don't have to buy it. CapCut's free. And actually, there's 2 other 14-year-olds that I mentioned CapCut to, and it really helped them out with their YouTube channels. Because it's really intuitive. You may have to watch a couple of videos to get the hang of it, but once you watch some videos on it, you won't have any problem. CapCut is super easy to use. And it really makes it where your videos look more polished and professional. So it's like, I'd recommend it to everybody. Anybody that's wanting to do a TikTok or YouTube video, you definitely want to have CapCut. Because it's the best free program that I found. Now, to get all the bells and whistles, you do have to pay for it, but I don't pay for it. I just use it. You know who I forgot to send this live stream to? I forgot to send this to my mom. I better send this to my mom, or she's going to be like, hold on, he was live, and I didn't know it. Let me send this to her real quick on Discord. Todd says, I mean, it's going to be a funny aquatic channel to have more humor to get more subs. Hey, that's pretty cool. I need to double check. Once I send this to my mom, I need to double check and make sure I'm subscribed to you. Okay, got that sent over to mom. And let me finish this design real quick. Got another shirt down. Now let me make sure I'm... That's right. I am subscribed to you. Cheers Aquatics. Yes. I forgot that Todd Bob and Cheers Aquatics is the same person. Just Cheers Aquatics is where all the cool fish stuff is. Hey, don't worry. You'll get there. It just takes a while. It definitely takes a while. I've been working on building my channel for a little over a year now, I think. And I'm almost to 1,000 subs. And actually, the way YouTube's changed their monetization program, all you need is 500 subs and then 3,000 watch hours. That's the hard one, is getting to the 3,000 watch hours. That is definitely the difficult one. Got another t-shirt made. I love it when they don't have the contrasting colors, because some of these colors look really weird with the designs. I mean, you've really got to go through the colors and make sure that they're right. Like this one, only 4 colors. So all I have to do is just line it up, make sure it's the right size, and click next. Got another shirt made. So what's new in everybody's fish rooms? You guys got anything new? Any new fish? Oh, you want to see a sneak peek? Anybody else want to see a sneak peek? I can show you guys what I'm doing. I don't mind. Now, right now, I'm just working on the Food Web Fangirl shirts. I figured since the guys had one, the girls should have one too. So just working on that for the ladies. I feel you on that, Todd. I've got some new fish that's going to be coming in. Just made an order with ORB Aquatics because he's got those rice fish that I'm in love with. So I ordered 6 more of those, and then some of his straight run blue shrimp and his straight run yellow shrimp. I want to try to breed them. Cool, got another shirt down. Let's see what we got. Todd says, I put my female betta in my 30-gallon. She is really kind. I tape on the side of the glass for her feeding, and she comes to a certain part of the glass. That is really cool. ILS, thank you. He says, I like the Food Web song. Yeah, that is a pretty cool song. Let me get you a wrench. Now, to keep your wrench, you gotta subscribe to the channel. It's YouTube's rules, not mine. WB Mama said, tank full of plants floating. New driftwood arrived today. Post pics on Discord. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear about that, WB Mama. Christian B says, how's your big tub pond going? I've got 5 25-gallon tubs and 4 are covered with floaters, and my water and my lotus plants are coming back. That is awesome. Yeah, it's going slow. I want to find just the right spot for it. The place that I had put it, I realized the chickens are roosting in the tree above. So that means you're going to have chicken manure in the tub, which will cause a nitrate spike and an ammonia spike. So definitely going to have to move it. Good thing is I didn't have any living creatures in there yet, so I can just drain it, move it over. It's probably going to be, I'm looking for midsummer before it's set up right, because Florida heat gets rough. And I want to make sure that it's in a spot that it's not going to overheat the fish, and a spot that apparently is not near any trees, because my wild chickens, that's what I dub them, they're pretty much neighborhood chickens that roams the neighborhood. They're not mine, they're neighbors down the road. And I'll be honest, they have been wreaking havoc on that poor 300-gallon stock tank. It's going to take some work. But now that I've got a cover, I'm actually going to fabricate the cover a little bit by cutting out the center, putting some mesh down so that, you know, nothing can get into it. Because I don't want a herring messing with my fish. I don't want the chickens thinking they can roost on the stock tank and falling in. That would be horrible. So I've just got a little bit more work that I've got to do, but not too much. Victor C, hi there. Are those orange rice fish? Actually, in this tank, nothing but turtles, but I do have some orange rice fish right here. I keep it down a little bit because I'm kind of worried about them jumping out. I need to get a cover for it in all honesty, but haven't been by Home Depot to pick up some of the corrugated greenhouse stuff. And I don't know. I kind of like it being open just where the plants can grow out. But there's the orange rice fish, and I've got 6 more coming in. Sadly, a dragonfly nymph killed out my male. So I've got all females, and I'm hoping we'll get some boys in the mail soon. Put it back over here on the little turtle since they're so active. They're definitely coming out of their hibernation. Thank you for the like, Victor C. WB Mama says, Christian, I'm ready for some plants for my pond anytime. Christian B says, I've got my lotus in pots, but I've got sprouted seeds that I'm going to try in a tub with an FF substrate. Awesome. Can't wait to see your tubs. Yeah, I've been working on mine off and on, just trying to battle the chickens at this point. Which, don't get me wrong, I love my chickens. But I finally got them trained where they're not staying in the raised bed because it was knocking all the dirt out of my raised bed, which was not fun. But a little bit of gentle coaxing, they've learned, okay, stay out of the raised bed. Got another shirt down. Now I'm working on what I want, which is this long sleeve hoodie shirt. That just looks comfortable. I wish they had it in pink, but they don't carry it in pink. They did have black, which looks really good with the design, and dark gray. Got that design done. Cool, I'm done with the t-shirts and now on to the hoodies. Got that hoodie done. Christian V says, at WV Mama, I'll send you some the first week of May. That is so sweet of you. I'm sure WV Mama will greatly appreciate it. Got another hoodie done. Let me catch up on this real quick, you guys. And about to have the lightweight hoodie done, which that one does come in pink. I'll probably end up getting that one. Making up my mind on which of this stuff that I want to order is so difficult because I love all of it. Got another hoodie done. And another one done. Thanks, Victor C. Yeah, I've got a unique mix of plants in there. I've got a pitcher plant, which is a carnivorous plant that my brother gave me out of the swamp, along with another miscellaneous plant that I'm not even sure what is from the swamp. Then I've got a Brazilian sword, some aluminum plants, lots of mint and water lettuce, some chain swords, some micro swords, some, I believe, narrow leaf Sagittarius, and some pony's foot somewhere in there. And somewhere in there also is some mermaid plant. And then I've also got a corn plant in the corner, but it's not the corn you eat, it's a different type of corn plant. That's what that one on the far right is, that has the variegated leaves, that's kind of hidden amongst the driftwood. Got the oversized hoodie done. Should be almost done with hoodies in the cups, should be. Got another hoodie done. Hoodies are just easier. Now I'm working on the lounge set, but yep, I gotta do a little bit of resizing here. So I'll be back in just a minute, guys. Okay, got that resized. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let me first hit next to finalize. Done. Victor C says, have you ever grown a lemon tree in Florida? Yes, actually I have 2 lemon trees, 2 orange trees, and a lime tree. Now the lemon trees aren't producing for me yet, and one of the orange trees isn't. It's a dwarf orange tree. But my blood orange tree and my lemon tree, or lime tree, sorry, they're starting to produce. I've got little fruits on them. I just got to make sure I keep them watered every day. I actually got them in big 5-gallon buckets. I should have put them in the ground when it was cooler before they started fruiting, but they already had flowers on them, and I know that they're liable to go into shock when you transplant them, so I'm going to wait until I harvest some of the fruit. Probably in the fall is when I'll actually put them in the ground. But I'm really excited because this is my first time them really fruiting. And I'm excited to see what growing my own fruit's going to taste like. I know growing my own vegetables, it tastes way better. Homegrown tomatoes, there's nothing like it. The only thing close is when you get them from the farmer's market. Christian B says, I found a gorgeous pitcher plant in a pot with 2 Venus flytraps at the grocery store of all places. Are yours doing good? Now here's the trick with Venus flytraps, because my brother got me this beautiful Venus flytrap for Christmas. I was going to put it in my paludarium. So to test it out, you know, I left it in its little container, set it in the paludarium. Then I started doing some research. If you want your Venus flytrap to live, each year it has to go through a cold period, which isn't going to happen inside my house. It's really more best to be planted around the outside of a pond where it can still get the water because it's more of a bog plant, but it has to have that cold weather or it's just going to die out. They're actually native to the Carolinas where they actually have 4 seasons. So I'm not sure how well it will even do in Florida. I know we get enough cold weather that it may work, but it would have to be outside. Now the pitcher plants, I am testing those to see. I've got new growth. They've been in there since fall of last year. So pitcher plants may work if it's the type of pitcher plants that I've got in my paludarium. There's different types. And yes, Christian B, they're not exactly tropical plants, at least not the Venus flytraps, because they're native to the Carolinas and they need so many hours of cold to be able to get them to go into hibernation where they can actually come back next year. Which is kind of sad because I was really looking forward to having several different types of carnivorous plants in my paludarium. But so far, the only one I think is going to work is whichever variety of pitcher plant my brother collected from the swamp. Because the one, and I'm still not 100% sure it's going to work. I won't know until next year after it has not went through a cold phase. It's really interesting how plants work. Certain plants, they do great. Other plants, not so much. It's just a matter of trial and error and sometimes being a plant serial killer. Because I definitely have been a plant serial killer when it comes to Venus flytraps, and now I know why. After I did a few hours of research, I realized the problem. They've got to go through a cold period. So it really worked great outside. I mean, if you could figure out a way to build it up, kind of like the way Adam Armbruster has his pond, he would be able to plant Venus flytraps in his bog section and probably wouldn't have any problem. But indoors, that makes it a little bit harder unless you want to take the plant out and then put it in the refrigerator for a few weeks. But I don't know if I would recommend doing that because that many weeks without light, I'm not sure how the plant would do. Finally on the mugs. So definitely getting somewhere. Oh no, that's really interesting, Christian B. Sadly, I'm not sure which type of pitcher plant I have. It is right there. You can see that's one of the dead portions that I need to trim out, but I kind of thought it looked cool, so I didn't trim it. And you can see the new growth right through there. I thought about putting orchids in there. I've got 2 really nice orchids, but I'm not so sure where to place them because they are more of an air plant, so maybe I could make something toward the top to be able to place them toward the top. I don't know. I did find out that orchids are supposed to be safe for turtles, which relieved me because there are certain plants you cannot add to a turtle paludarium. If the turtle was to happen to ingest it, it could actually give them really bad diarrhea and actually cause them not to eat for several days. So you got to be careful with the plants that you choose for turtles. Got another cup made. pretty easy. They don't really come in a lot of colors, which kind of makes me sad because I would love to have a pink one. But it makes it where it's like really quick. You just line up the design and then click next. Got another cup made. Now I wish with the 40-ounce tumblers they would make it where they would come in more interesting designs, like the cup that I use on live stream, where it's like that pink with this little speckled pattern. It would be cool if they offered something like that, but just straight white for now, which they done messaged me and they told me they're going to be adding other colors soon. It's just a matter of them getting their suppliers set up, which ain't a big deal. I mean, I understand how that goes. Got another one done and about to have another one done. Bob S. Hey lady, first time I see your stream. You're doing good. I used to grow fly traps in 10 gallons with Sigma moss and a glass lid, slightly cracked for a vent. That is so cool, Bob S. Let me get you a wrench. To keep the wrench, you'll need to subscribe. It's not my rule. That is definitely YouTube's rule. But that is so cool that you growed them in 10-gallon containers. That's awesome. Did you run into any problems with having to overwinter them? Because everything I've read online says that pretty much the reason I can't keep Vinny's fly traps in my paludarium is because it always stays pretty much the same temperature in my house. I mean, even in the winter, since I live in Florida, it may get down to like 65 at the lowest. And it usually doesn't go over 75. So it's not really enough of a period of cold from what I've researched. But I would love to have your thoughts. Christian B asks, what does the April 20th spring equinox mean to you? That's actually a good question. I've always thought that astronomy is really interesting. I've always found it really fascinating, like the way the planets move, the way the sun moves, the way the moon moves, and how we have differences in seasons. Now in Florida, our main seasons is spring, summer, and hurricane season. And then every now and then we get what you guys up north would call fall. We don't usually get a real winter. Now this year we did. This year we actually got snow, which surprised me. Down in my area, we just got a little bit of frost on the ground. But 2 hours away from me, there was actually 8 inches of snow in Florida, in Tallahassee. And that blew my mind. But for me, April 20th was Easter. So I just pretty much observed Easter with my family. We hung out, watched The Chosen. I was in a lot of pain that day, so I didn't really do much. I was just kind of vegetating. Thankfully today I'm doing a lot better. I know I'm going to have to take it easy. Not do a whole lot of physical stuff today, but hey, at least the pain's passed, and I view that as a blessing. Bob S. says, I grow them in my basement window, which was cool. Oh, that is cool. See, in Florida, the area I live, we can't have basements. I wish we had a basement. That would be awesome. If we had a basement, I would overthrow that basement and make that my fish room. I mean, that would be awesome. Victor C. says, that's good you had a nice Easter holiday with family. Yeah, it was really calming and relaxing. It was just me, my mom-in-law, and my husband. My brother came over for a few minutes, and we hung out a little bit with him. Was hoping to see my niece and nephew, but they had to leave before they could actually come down and see us. But we got to spend some time with them Saturday evening and Friday evening, which was nice. Got through all the mugs, I believe, and now on to the tote bags. Yeah, red really does not go with that design for a background. I gotta remove that option. I really think black looks the best with this design. Christian D. I lived in Jacksonville when I was 20 to 22 and celebrated Christmas on Ponte Vedra Beach looking for shark's teeth. Now that is an awesome way to celebrate Christmas. Yes. Oh man. When me and my husband was dating, we used to spend a lot of time at the beach just hunting for shark's teeth. I'm not that good of a swimmer, but I can definitely find some shark's teeth. He's actually the person that taught me how to find them. And the first time we went to find them, I found one, and I actually got it wire wrapped. I can't remember if I got Mom to do it or if I did it. But I wore that thing out wearing it because that was the first shark's tooth I'd ever found. What I'd love to find is a megalodon tooth. That would be so cool. Those things are huge though, but I would still make that into a necklace. Got the first tote bag done. Now time to do the duffel bag. Got that one done. Now time to do a backpack. I hope me talking isn't driving you guys nuts. Let's see, Victor C says, I have a great white tooth. Oh, that is so cool. That would be so cool to have a great white tooth. Did you actually manage to find it on a beach? I have been looking for great white teeth. Man, it's been so long since I've been at the beach. Next vacation we go on, I want to wait till it's winter where there's not as many people, where, you know, it's easier to comb the beach and really look for shark teeth. What would be awesome is if we could actually be able to get access to a private beach where there's not a lot of people, and then you've got even more chance of finding it. Christian B says, all the cool ones I found were gray in color. I filled a McDonald's cup with one of them. Wow, that's awesome. Victor C says, bought from Ocean Life Guard. That's cool. I think the coolest one that I found, it was about an inch wide at the top and a little over an inch long. And it was solid black. It was really cool. At first, I didn't realize that it was a shark's tooth. And then I showed my husband, because it was after we had got married, and he's like, yeah, that's a fossilized one. Which made me over the moon, because I love anything to do with fossils and history. And it was kind of neat, because you're holding a piece of history in your hand. Hey, Bear. The wee turtles and all the chatty folks. Yep, we're here. Just working on getting some more merch uploaded and figured I'd do a live stream at the same time. Just going through, making sure all the designs are lined up, that the colors don't clash, and just everything's the right size. Because that's one of the main things when you're doing merch, is you've got to make sure it's the right scale of the graphic. You don't want to have something that looks bad. You want something that looks good, something somebody can be proud to wear. And yes, Victor, see, I did name my turtles. I chose something really cute. When I was growing up, I used to love Pokemon. So naturally, I named the male Squirtle because he's going to stay small. He's not going to get any bigger than 3 inches. So I named the female Wartortle because that's a bigger Pokemon, and she's going to get a little bit bigger. She's going to be 5 inches. But I figured Squirtle and Wartortle would be like really cute names for them. Radina says, did FF have a live stream yesterday? I couldn't find it. Hope he is okay. Father Fish is doing well. We didn't hold a live stream yesterday. I was feeling horrible, and, you know, he decided to call it, and I don't blame him. He needed a little bit of rest, and I know I definitely did, because Easter Sunday I was not feeling well. I pretty much just vegetated with my family and watched The Chosen, and was really glad that the pain medicine helped. I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm still not 100%. I know I'm going to have to take it easy for a couple of days on physical activity, but hey, at least I am not sitting in my recliner hurting. So that's the main thing. Got another design done. This is a little handbag. Hopefully I'll be able to get quite a few of these designs uploaded, because right now I'm still just working on the Food Web Fangirl design, just making sure it's on all the merch right, making sure everything's lined up, and that no colors clash with anything. Because they give you a lot more color options on this, so I just have to take a little bit more time. I figured, why not do a live stream while I'm doing it? I could talk to you guys and do this. Okay, got the insulated lunch bag done. Let's see what we got in the comments. Let's see. Bob S. says, folks, I gotta run to the bank before they close. Bye. Bye, Bob S. Thanks for dropping in. Really appreciate it. Bear says, very fitting names. Thank you. Yeah, I figured it would be just cute to name them after Pokemon. I don't know, I've just always been a Pokemon fan. Radina says, thank you. Victor C. says, hope you feel better soon, PsychoPlantLady. I'm sure I will. It's just one of those things when you deal with chronic pain, you've got good days and you've got bad days. You do everything that you can on the good days, and then on the bad days, sometimes you gotta take a breather. It kind of goes with the cycle of nature, in all honesty. Alright, got the crossbody bag made. Let's see what we got in the chat. Christian B, the Swamp Tank t-shirt with the awesome gator is my next shirt. Oh, me too. That's the next one I'm going to order. I love that design. And I'm going to have some more Swamp Tank designs coming soon. I've just got to upload the different designs from the old merch shop. Because I was using Printify. And Printify, I don't know. They're just more aggravating to actually get your designs on the products. And then they was constantly out of sizes, constantly out of colors that people wanted. And it really aggravated me that I would set the price for the merch, and then they would go in and change it to whatever they wanted. Because I've got it set where it's more reasonable. And then they would change it, and then they would make it where it's a $100 hoodie. I'm like, nobody's going to buy a $100 hoodie. I definitely wouldn't. No way. And they changed it on their own to that. And I'm like, okay, nope, I'm finding a better shop. So I looked into Spread Shop, because that's the only one, well, the only really high quality print shop that can be connected to YouTube and that naturally integrates. And I looked into it, and I like it better. It's just a lot easier. Jazz says, I always wanted to keep turtles. Are they tricky to care for? Well, it's not so much, the ones that I have aren't tricky to care for. They're pretty simple. All I'm going to do is feed them turtle bites, which actually is really high quality turtle food. Or I sometimes, since that little guy right there is picky, sometimes he'll reject the pellets. The only way I can get him to eat sometimes is by feeding him live bladder snails, pond snails, or ram's horn snails. Which the good thing is I have plenty of ram's horn snails, because I'm actually working on a breeding program to produce bright pink ones. So any of the brown ones or the off-coloreds, I can technically throw in there and he'll eat, but it's tricky to get him to eat. And I think a lot of it is just his size, and the female's larger. She usually gets to the food before he does. And I think it just stresses him out. But they're starting to get along more and more. But they're pretty simple to take care of. You just got to make sure that you have that light there, which is a special turtle light. That, when they want to bask, I turn that on. They don't always want to bask because they are eastern musk turtles. A lot of times, with their natural habitat, they don't bask a whole lot. They just come out every now and then. And right now, they're finally out of hibernation, so they're swimming around. They're hunting for food. I've been making sure to feed them every day to every other day because they are babies. And I had the full food web built for them in there with scuds and snails, everything. Yeah, that little piggy right there, she hunted everything out in a month. Him, he did it the right way. He would take a couple of scuds, a couple of ram's horn snails, a couple of pond snails. Her, she's ravenous. I mean, absolutely ravenous. But it's not really difficult. I have a turtle, what do you call it? It's not a turtle filter. I started to call it a hang on back filter, but it doesn't hang on the back. It's a specialized filter that can operate in 2 inches of water or above. Because with these guys, them being babies and being eastern musk turtles, they're not as strong as swimmers as the other varieties of turtles. I mean, I could have thrown a baby red ear slider in the full 75-gallon tank and it would not have had any problems. But these guys, they're not good at swimming, so I keep it a little bit low for them. I'm slowly adding more water as they're growing. Eventually, I'll have it up to that line there where you can see the food safe Tupperware that I'm using to grow land plants in. Which actually I cut the bottom out of that so that it can actually grow down the roots into the substrate. Definitely put a lot of thought into this tank. But they're not really difficult. You just want to make sure that you've got enough room for them to really enjoy themselves. Let me check the comments real quick. Let's see. Victor C says, my favorite tourist part of Florida was the airboat tour of the Florida swamps. Now see, I would love to do that. Actually go down south and get one of the airboat tours. That would be fun, Victor C. Bear says, I need to do a setup kind of like this for my newts. Oh, that would be so cool. Yes. Rodina says, you've got the pink ram's horns? That is so cool. See, I've been working on a breeding program, wow, over a year now, and I've finally started getting orange ones. Because once Father Fish told me that I could actually breed snails for color, I'm like, oh, I've got to try this. I want pink ones. Jas says, I had water dragons and snakes a while back, but a power outage one winter while I was at work one day killed them, so I've been afraid to do any again. I don't blame you. The power outage we had that killed our ball python, that made it where it's like, okay, no more reptiles for me. Until I saw these turtles and that they can survive a power outage because where they're from, it naturally gets cold. So they're good. They're happy. They might hibernate if it got that cold, but it definitely won't kill them inside. Victor C says, bear newts are great to see. Yes, they are. And then we got Mary Oliver. Dina and everyone else in the stream, smash the like button. So happy I caught you live. Well, thank you, Mary. Let me get you a wrench. In order to be able to keep the wrench, you'll have to subscribe to my channel. It's not my rule. That's YouTube's rule. Bear says, I see, Victor. We have some really cool ones around here. Bear also says, I got some pink rams too. They look really cool. Oh, don't they? I love the pink ram's horns. I honestly thought about buying some, and then I'm like, no, it'd be more fun to actually do a breeding program. Sorry about that. And raise my own. I've got all kinds of jars with ram's horns in it. Which is kind of good that I'm doing the breeding program, especially since Squirtle is a very ticky little turtle. Sometimes he'll accept the pellets. Other times he will turn his nose up at it and walk off. I never thought a reptile could have that much personality. Got another bag done. Yeah, I'm just working on uploading merch while I'm doing it for anybody that's new, that's just now tuning in. I've got a new design, so I'm just going to make sure everything's lined up, all the colors are right, and then get them uploaded to the merch shop. It's actually a lot of fun doing this. I really enjoy it. Yeah, I was so hoping this weekend that I'd actually be able to get out in my raised bed and finish my edible cactus garden now that I've got my sand. But I did not feel like it this weekend. This weekend was just blah. Got another bag design done. See what we got in the chat. Christian B, I've got a white pond snail. It came on a plant. I love the little Yoda ears. Oh, that's cool. That is so cool. Yeah, I just have like golden colored ones. There's like whitish, goldish ones. And then brown ones. And then I've got a bunch of bladder snails. That's the ones I like. Because the pond snails, they can eat plants. But the good thing is my turtles will eat them. So if they eat my plants, I'm just going to have to stick the turtles on them. See, Bear says, the multiple jars from snails works well for me. I just have to remind myself how many I already have before starting another one. Right? I've got jars in those 1 gallon fish tanks all over the place. I always keep some kind of weird experiment going. Right now it's like I'm really enjoying making multiple scud cultures. And it's weird, but it's relaxing actually watching a scud culture, because I've got one on my desk that I like to watch. And it's just, I don't know, it's relaxing. You would never think that watching fish food would be something relaxing, but it kind of is. Now I'm working on the hats. See, make that, yeah, that looks better with the black. And cool, now I'm working on an apron. Those are really easy. Those line up really quick. Let's see here. Oh, that looks good with the burgundy. I like that. Let's see what we got in the chat. Bear says, yes, many weird experiments all on the go. I enjoy checking all the little tiny critters / food. Oh, me too. It's really neat. I mean, it really is amazing, because I never realized how much life is actually in natural water until doing the father fish method. And it blew my mind. I actually ended up getting a microscope where I could actually look at the little tiny critters in the water. And it'll surprise you what's in there. Once I get my laptop fixed, it's like I'm really thinking about doing some live streams with my microscope, because it's pretty cool, the stuff that you find. I can't identify all of it yet, but it's pretty cool. Radina said, I watch a lot of videos. FF is the only ones that does an interactive live stream where we can actually go and chat live. Really like that. YouTube must change a lot for that. Charge a lot. YouTube must charge a lot for that. I've been wondering why. Well, it's not so much YouTube as StreamYard, because StreamYard will allow, other people to come up. I'm not sure how to do that on YouTube yet. And YouTube, it's free to use, but StreamYard you have to pay for, and I'm not sure the exact amount that Father Fish pays for it. Keeping fish too. Oh, your aquarium looks so pretty. Thank you so much. I have been working on this for probably about a year. I just want to get it at least halfway right before I started live streaming it. I still need to do a lot of cleaning on the glass. I was trying one way of cleaning, and yeah, I think I'm going to have to get my scraper out and actually scrape the side of the glass, which isn't going to be bad. Would hate to do that on live stream, because trust me, that will torment your ears. Let's see, Jazz says, it brings a whole new meaning to multiple tank syndrome. That it does. And then Keeping Fish 2 says, is it a 20 gallon? Nope, that's actually a 75 gallon. It's a pretty big one. Mary Oliver says, TY, busy resetting my 20 gallon, 2-year-old great-grandson polluted on me. Amazing, he's so enthusiastic with feeding them, one pellet at a time. It's when I go to the bathroom, his chemist ego comes alive. Oh no! Keeping Fish 2 says, oh, it looks small, but it's big. Yeah, it looks small on camera, but yeah, this is a pretty big 75-gallon tank. I had a problem with it when I first set it up, where the glass was bowing. I'm not sure if it's the floor or the stand, but I'm glad that Father Fish noticed it was bowing, because I have never had a tank to bow before. He has. And he told me how dangerous that can be. So I keep the water level low for my turtles. Good thing is they're Eastern musk turtles. They're not great swimmers, especially with them being babies. So it actually works out perfect for them. It made the perfect habitat for these little guys. Got one male, one female, and I've got a sandbank started, which you can't see very well in the back. That way, whenever they do reach maturity, hopefully we'll actually get to see baby musk turtles hatch. At least that's my hope. Bear says, oh, please show microscope stuff. I am getting pictures with mine, but it's still fun to see them up close. Hey, I definitely can. I'm going to have to take my computer, my laptop, because I've got a Windows computer, and then I've got my main computer that's a Mac. Because there's certain things that you can do with Windows that you cannot do with Mac, sadly. But even though that's a brand new laptop, the fan died. And it's just acting weird, so I'm going to have to take it to Geek Squad and be like, please fix my computer while it's still under warranty. Please fix it. Because I have no idea what to do with a Windows computer. Todd Bob says, I posted a video on my YouTube and I might make it funny so I have a poll for people to decide. Hey, that's a cool idea. Christian B says, Mary Oliver, hello, hope you're doing good. And keep that grandbaby out of the fish food. That could be a difficult task. Joey says, I've never known a tank to bow other than designed bow tanks. Oh, it can happen. If you do not have a level stand and a level floor, it can actually make the fish tank twerk. What do you call it? It's not twerk. That's the wrong word. Twerk. Anyway, it makes it twist. And when it twists, it can actually make the front of the glass bow. And if you don't catch it when it bows, yeah. Father Fish told me what happens, and his actually exploded one time. And the glass flew off past him into his recliner that he was sitting in. And it stuck there. Not to mention the mess that he had to clean up, but it actually made projectile glass. And I was so thankful when he told me that, because I'd noticed that it's like the glass looked strange, but I didn't know it could bow. It's not something that I was familiar with. So all I have to do is just keep it low and it's not a problem. Let's see. Keeping Fish asked, is that a wall-stud aquarium? Does the turtles not dig in the substrate? Actually, it's a Father Fish paludarium. I followed the Father Fish method with it. There's a little bit more than 2 inches of sand, and so far I haven't really had any problems with my musk turtles digging. The only thing they will do is if they're after a snail or a pellet, they may dig up one plant. Like right here, you can see where there's a root coming up because I had to replant that. But it's not really bad. I mean, they don't really dig that much. It's more of them just walking across the bottom. Todd says, I want to do saltwater tanks, but it's so expensive. Right? The only way that I could think of where it wouldn't be expensive is what Father Fish has mentioned, which is basically you go out into nature and collect everything. Now, certain states that's not legal to do, like Florida, I have to have a license to do that. But that would be the cheapest, most cost-effective way. When it comes to saltwater, I have no experience with saltwater. I have done brackish Oompa Ula shrimp, and those are pretty easy. I like those. But when it comes to actual saltwater, I have not tried that yet. I've thought about it, but at the same time, I'm like, it's so easy just to do freshwater. Yeah, Fish Keeper too, it is expensive. And that's one of the things that keeps me away from it. Yeah, brackish water, Jess. It has a salinity that's between freshwater and saltwater. And it's actually really interesting. I've got some macro algae in there that I actually purchased from the breeder of the Oompa Ula shrimp. And the only thing I've got in there is just Oompa Ula shrimp because I want to breed them. I want to have more of them. I just love watching them. They're so fun to watch. Todd says, yeah, I have to go to Fish Mania because they sell reef rock. Mary says, yes, you can. Yes, a can of beer, some tobacco, and some containers of fish food. Ugh, so far, fish okay. Living in the other tanks, gotta keep my eyes on them. Strangers in a tank can either be good or total disaster. Todd says brackish water is just not expensive at all. Yeah, brackish water really is not that expensive. I mean, you do have to have the instant aquarium salt. The one I use is called Instant Ocean. And you just really have to test the salinity to make sure it's in the right range. I've got 2 different gadgets for that. And I always make sure that they both line up the same before I add any life in there, because that salinity can really, if it's too high or too low, it can really mess up bad. Keeping Fish 2 asks, do you have a few types of freshwater fish, Dina? Do you have a favorite type of freshwater fish? Actually, my favorite types is guppies for the tropical. Now, for the non-tropical, it would be the Japanese rice fish, particularly the orange-red ones, because those things, they're bulletproof. You don't need a heater. It's just, they're so simple. And I love how they school together. Now, they're not as friendly as the guppies, like how the guppies will come running to your fingers, but they're very pretty fish. And I just love how hardy they are. And yes, Todd Bob, it's way cheaper. It's way cheaper than freshwater. Well, I don't know. Brackish water wouldn't really be cheaper than freshwater because you got to buy the instant salt, but it's really not that much difference, because with a Oompa Oola tank, you don't even need to have a filter. Actually, they do best in a filterless tank. Bear said, I did salt brackish a long time ago, and it was expensive, but that was before I learned FF's method. I'd like to think I would do better with it now that I've learned. Oh, I'm sure you would. I'm sure, no doubt, if you've had a saltwater tank in the past, Bear, you could totally do it. Me, I've never went the saltwater route. I've actually been learning about it a little bit, but still not sure if I'm ready to make the jump, especially with as expensive as the coral is and having to do all the micronutrients. I mean, if you had the right cultures from nature, I don't think it would be that bad. Todd says, I know, but brackish water, you need rocks. That what I did for my red claw crab that died a month ago, and I don't know though. Yeah, well, Oompa Oola shrimp, they're the easiest brackish water creature you can keep. With them, I didn't need any live rock. All I did was get the Argonite sand, the Instant Ocean, mixed it appropriately. I like to add a little bit extra Argonite sand to them. So instead of doing what was recommended an inch, I added about 2 inches to 1.5 inches. I didn't exactly measure it, but I know I went over 1 inch with the Argonite sand. And I don't have to touch them. I mean, I don't have any filtration going. What they eat is the algae that naturally occurs on the side of the tank, which is pretty cool. And for a while there, I did, until they was established, have to feed them spirulina once a month. It started out once a month, then went to, I think, once every 2 months. They're pretty much self-sustaining. Now, Oompa Oola shrimp are brackish water. Mary Oliver says, Christian B, he's always finds my hiding spot, swears up and down, be good, yes, no, do that to the fish, no more. Then his other ego comes out, so he thinks he's going to be a chemist trying to find plus outcome. Yeah, I've been there with that. I understand your pain on that. Don't worry, he'll get it. It's just going to take a little bit of gentle coaxing. He'll get there. Joey says, with my saltwater tank, I put the initial salt in, but after that, they're topping up with water. I don't think you need RO water unless you have live corals. I've never had anything die. That's really cool. Yeah, the only thing I've done that's even close to saltwater is the brackish water Oompa Oola shrimp. And I just went by what the breeder said. The breeder told me it's like once you do the initial salt in the water, all you have to do is top up. He recommended that I use distilled water. I told him, I have well water, but he recommended distilled water, so I just set it up the way he recommended, and it's been going good for over a year now. But it's just a little tiny 2-gallon fish bowl. I've actually thought about, I'm debating currently. I've got a 5-gallon that I'm going to be setting up on my desk, and I don't know if I want to do it freshwater and raise just blue dream shrimp, or maybe just raise a fancy pair of guppies, Or if I want to put my Umpaula shrimp in there, which would be brackish water, and just let them breed. Because they've done so well in the 2-gallon that I'm sure they would definitely populate the 5-gallon. Keeping Fish 2 says my guppies are sensitive to the Walstead method tanks, and maybe because they are being way overbred. Yeah, I've only tried one Walstead tank, and it was actually a really small one. I took a 1-gallon fish bowl and did it Walstead. And I didn't have a whole lot of luck with that one. I ended up capping it with sand, and then it did well. But until I capped it with sand, I had all kinds of problems with it. Alright, got a throw pillow made. Let's see. Got the water bottle made. And got the coffee travel mug made. Still got a few more of these designs to do. So what is your favorite fish to keep, you guys? What's your all-time favorite freshwater fish? Let me know in the comments. Tom says, for sure, neon tetras. I got some. Hey, that's cool. Bear says, pea puffers, of course. That is cool. I thought about getting a pea puffer. Got another travel mug made. Hey, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys. Let's see what I missed in the chat. Todd says guppies shouldn't be sensitive. The guy that I got my neocordian shrimp, he said get a guppy in a marine tank for like 15 minutes. That's cool. I didn't realize they could go to marine tanks. That's pretty cool. Mary Oliver said Christian B, maybe 4 years in the age breaker. His sissy is 4 in June and doesn't do it. He'll be 3 in May soon, so only 0 over 1 more year to go. Hopefully don't need to restock before. Oliver says stupid spell check Zillow instead of little. Right? My spell check always does that, Mary. Always. Spell check is notorious for that. Jess said, sadly, I have never had any luck with guppies or platies in 25 years. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, the first guppies I got, it was pretty much a nightmare. I mean, a nightmare. It was my first father fish tank, my first time keeping guppies. I ended up buying sick guppies. And they all perished within 3 days, but they managed to lay a bunch of fry. I mean, they had a lot of babies in there, like 20 babies. I asked Father Fish how to take care of the babies. He told me. And the babies grew up, and then they had babies. So now I've got guppies everywhere. The key is finding a healthy strain of guppies when you get them. And really, I'd recommend getting them from a breeder or an aquarium club where you know somebody's really taken the time to make sure their genetics aren't weak. Because if they have weak genetics, they're not going to last long. And it's really sad. Let's see here. Get the 40-ounce tumbler made. Yep. Got that made. Todd says they can't really live in it, but they're from the Caribbean. And sometimes they have to go in the open ocean to hunt a little. That is really interesting. I did not know that. Yeah, when I think of guppies and platies, I think of freshwater fish, but that makes sense. Christian B, that is really cool. I can't wait to see what the crossing of cobra antler males with fancy guppy females is going to look like. I know it's possible because the fancy guppies that I purchased was a mix of antler and guppy. I'm not sure which type of antler or which type of guppy, but it definitely made some interesting babies. And now that it's on the 3rd generation, you're starting to see even more interesting patterns. Because I haven't added any new blood to my guppies yet. I heard you can wait 5 years before you do. So I'm just sort of, not exactly selective breeding them, but just seeing where they go with it. House of Pisces says, pygmy cories are my favorite. That's awesome. Yeah, I love pygmy cories. I love all the Corydoras though. Those cory cats are so cute. Yeah, sadly, my diamond tetras decided to terrorize my albino cory cats because they went into breeding season, the diamond tetras. So I had 2 alphas, and it was not good because it's 2 alpha males. So yeah, they stressed out all my cory cats that are albino, and they're no longer with us, which really just hurt my feelings because I love my cory cats. Managed to surrender to a pet shop that understands how you care for diamond tetras, the 2 alphas. I tried separating them out. It didn't matter. I waited a couple of days. They went right back to it because I guess the pheromones in the water. But yeah, catching a diamond tetra was interesting. I managed to catch the 2 offenders though, so that's good. It's actually got it now where my green neons are coming back out where I can see them. My ember tetras are coming back out. I'm still waiting to see how many Cory cats I've got left because I'm only seeing 1 right now, and I'm hoping there's more than 1. Bear says the feeder guppies I got last year are still going strong. I thought I'd add in a few fancy ones a couple of months ago, and he didn't make it 24 hours. Yeah, the fancy guppies, breeder guppies are pretty tough. Fancy guppies, though, you got to keep in mind how much they inbred them, and it kind of makes their genetics weaker. It makes them more of a timid fish. Now, if you buy from a responsible breeder, not Petco, not PetSmart, but somebody that actually breeds the guppies, you'll get a lot hardier strain. I believe the ones that Father Fish is going to be selling, they're a hardy strain, and so's the ones at LRB Aquatics. And I'm pretty sure the ones that NC is going to be pretty hardy. I need to get another tank set up where I can get some guppies from him. He's got what I'm looking for, the colorful females. Working on the backpack design now. And got that. Working on the drawstring backpack. And got that. Working on the Food Web Fangirl carry-out pouch. Probably going to end up getting this one. I probably will get it in the gator design because I'm in love with the swamp tank designs. Those, I just love that. Got the recycled insulated lunch bag. I think I've got, yep, it's centered. Right size, right colors. Let me test out this color. Nope, that color won't work. Let me get rid of that one. And got that one done. Willie Bond 0007 says, how are we? I have to go check back outside. Too nice. Had rain the last 3 days here. Collected a lot of rainwater. No tadpoles though. Hopefully you'll get tadpoles soon. I actually haven't seen any in my bucket ponds out back. So I'm thinking you gotta give them time. Trust me, when they do start, you'll have a lot of tadpoles. I pretty much had an army of tadpoles last year. There was so many tadpoles in my outdoor ponds that I did not know what to do with. And my turtles absolutely loved them because when I first got my turtles in, they did not want to eat their pellets. So I threw snails in there to clean the tank. They ate the snails, and I'm like, okay, I want you guys to leave my snails alone. So my husband's like, why not try feeding them tadpoles? That's what they eat in nature. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I asked Father Fish about it, and he's like, yeah, you can feed them tadpoles. And then that finally got them where they would eat. And then I slowly switched them back to pellets because let's face it, in winter, we're not going to get any tadpoles. Bear says, thanks, I'll keep an eye out there. I'd like to get some good ones eventually. I've got some pretty golden ones, although see-through guppies. I lightly selected for them the ones I started with. Yeah, it takes some time. I mean, I'm wanting to get some females that are really bright color, because I've seen on eBay guppies that don't even look like guppies. Like, they honestly look like they're betta fishes. They're so colorful with these long flowing fins, and some of them you can't tell the males from the females unless you use the sticks and fans method, because they're both so colorful. And I would really like to breed that trait into my guppies where it's colorful females, but it's just going to take some time. Alright, got the crossbody bag done. Got that edited. That one takes a little bit more time to get it lined up right. Alright, got the Americana tote bag with Food Web Fangirl lined up right and ready to go. Thanks for hanging there with me, you guys, for while I'm working. I really appreciate it. Victor C says, thank you for live streaming. Hey, thank you for watching, Victor C. Always a pleasure to see you. Actually, I'm not even sure how long I've been live streaming for. Wow, 101 minutes. That's impressive. I hadn't even realized it. Father Fish and Brenda, my mom, and my husband was right. All you gotta do is try live streaming on your own and it'll become natural. Because I didn't even realize that we've been doing this for this long, you guys. I just figured it'd be something fun to do while I'm sitting here designing the merch. That it'd be just, you know, something fun to do. I've got big plans coming for that turtle tank. I need to go through, trim some of the mint, replant some of the mint. And the mint, I'm amazed at how much it's taken off. Mint's one of the things that's actually safe for turtles. So, it's outgrowing everything else at this point except for the water lettuce. I'm surprised that the water lettuce is actually starting to take root in the substrate. Got another bag done, and now I'm on hats. Bear says, good job. May you keep enjoying it and do it again sometime soon. Hey, that's my plan. I've got several of these designs that I've got to upload. And while I'm uploading it, I mean, all I've got to do is just line up all the designs on the product. But it's sort of one of those things where you could be doing two things at once. It's not something that you really have to sit there and have a lot of concentration. Maybe that's because I've uploaded the graphics so much that I don't really need to. Like, I just finished a hat while I was talking to you guys. So I'm thinking that whenever I'm working on this stuff, I could definitely do a live stream. You guys would get to see the different tanks. I get to hang out with you guys a little bit and just have some fun. Got another hat done. Got the throw pillow done. Let me see here. Yep. Got that done. Only got a few more to go, and then I will be done uploading this design. Like I said, it takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it because then you've got everything lined up perfect. It's the right size, and then you don't have to like worry, is this going to be printed right? And now I'm working on the buttons. It's like those little buttons that you wear that has the little graphics on it. I figured the 2-inch one would be better than the 1-inch because that is so hard to read. Hey Danios, let me get you a wrench. If you want to keep the wrench, make sure to subscribe. It's YouTube's rule, not mine. Today I'm just showing off my turtle tank while I'm working on uploading some Father Fish merch. Working on uploading Food Web Fangirl. Got the button done, so switching to the next product. Figured it would be fun just to have a live stream while doing this. Now I'm working on a doggy bandana, which is kind of fun. It's really cute that they actually make the bandanas for dogs. I need to get my dog one. He would be so cute with it if I could keep it on him, because if a 80-pound German Shepherd doesn't want to wear something cute, guess what? He's not going to wear something cute. I really like the little Father Fish teddy bears. Those are so cute. Right now I'm working on a little bunny one. I need to make sure that the colors don't clash. And yeah, that color clashes. That color clashes. I need to get rid of those colors. That looks better. So Danios, anything new in your fish room? Hope you had a great holiday weekend. Now I'm working on mouse pads. Daniel says, I've been thinking of adding 6 guppies to my tank instead of 3 so I can have 2 different colored males. Oh, that would be fun. I would say do it. In my opinion, you can't have too many guppies. Guppies is one of my favorite fish. My first Father Fish tank that I have set up in the living room has a lot of guppies in it. I can't even tell you how many at this point. But it's been enough that I've actually been taking them and putting them into one of my Greenwater tanks to grow them out in. Because they grow fast when you throw them in the Greenwater. I mean fast. And it's amazing how much larger they grow in the amount of time compared to the ones that's not in the Greenwater tank. What really impressed me was my husband's mollies. Because his mollies had babies. And I told him, you know, I want to do an experiment. I want to take some of some of your molly babies, and I want to put them in a Greenwater tank, and I want to observe their growth rate versus them just being in your regular tank. Now, given he's still feeding the babies in the regular tank, I'm still feeding the babies that are in the Greenwater tank. And it's amazing the results. The mollies that are in the Greenwater tank are already the size of my Guppy Endler crossbred adults. I mean, it's really impressive. It just shows how much that Infusoria will actually really feed guppy fry and molly fry, all types of fry. Some of my rice fish fry, I throw it in there, and not with the mollies, of course. It was before the mollies. The mollies would have ate them because they're very, very small fry. And they did wonderful. They grew out well, and now I've got them in the main rice fish tank. Finished one mouse pad, moving on to the next. And guess what? I've actually got everything lined up, and now I'm going to have 54 different shirts and cups and mugs and all kinds of fun things that says Food Web Fangirl on it. So it's 54, not 58. Got my numbers wrong. Denios said, but yeah, I've had a good weekend. I hope you too. Guppies are great. I was thinking of starting a Greenwater culture. Oh, absolutely. Start a Greenwater culture. That's one of the best things you can have in fish keeping. I've got 2 that was supposed to be just Greenwater cultures, and then I realized how well the fry thrive in it. I've got 2 right now, one filled with guppy fry, one filled with black molly fry. And that's something that's going to always be a staple of my fish room, is having a Greenwater culture. Dania says, lovely. Mollies remind me of platies, but they're actually closer in genetics to guppies. That is really cool. I did not know that. That is so cool. Now I just got to enter the information real quick on this design, and then I'll be able to publish it. Let's first check the chat though. Bear says, I linked to some of the merch. Fatherfish. Hey, thank you, Bear. I appreciate that. I didn't think about posting the link. That's a smart idea. Just enjoying hanging out with you guys. Dania says, how big should a Greenwater culture be? Now, you can have a small Greenwater culture. Like, some people have them as small as a pickle jar. Me, since I like to add Greenwater to other tanks to feed guppy fry, I have 2 5-gallon Greenwater cultures that, in all honesty, I just grow out the fry in because it makes it just easier. I still add some of the Greenwater to my other tank, to my guppy tank, and a little bit to my husband's molly tank. But since he's got blackworm cultures right there, his does fine. But these are my Greenwater tanks, just 2 5-gallons. And that one has about 7 black molly fry. That one, I cannot even tell you how many guppy fry it has at this point, because the guppies matured that I originally put in there, I didn't think through the design of the shelf. I thought about planting. I didn't think about getting a net in there. So I'm going to have to bend one of my nets to be able to get in there to get the adults out so that I can put them in my main tank. Danielle says, thanks. Oh, they look great. Thank you. That's what I've been working on. Finally got things to the point where I can actually show everybody. One second, I gotta write something out. Then put the tags in there real quick. You guys can probably hear me typing. Let's see, and that all looks good. Publish. And now I need to go in to the topics and make sure that it's visible for everybody to see. That'll just take me a second. See, it'll be the traditional designs. And, yep. And save. And now I need to check real quick to make sure that it's live on the website. So I'll be gone for just a second, guys, because I'm just checking to make sure everything is good to go. Let's see here. Go to topics. And let me double check. Awesome. I think I've got that one uploaded. We got it. So we finally got Food Web Fangirl up on there. I already got Food Web Fanboy up on there earlier before I got the idea to actually live stream it. See what we got going on in the chat. House of Pisces says, my turtles lose their appetite and get extra bitey with each other at Easter when they have their eggs. That explains why mine is extra bitey, House of Pisces, because I've been wondering, they just come out of hibernation and they're not old enough to procreate yet. But I have noticed that the female keeps picking on the male. I just figured it may be size difference, but that makes more sense. If Easter's around their breeding time Even though they're a little bit young, that probably still affects their hormones in some type of way. Bear says, I have a couple or more vases in the window for Greenwater and microfauna, but that's also because I like to collect from a lot of spots. That is so cool, and that's one of the best things you can do for your aquarium is get out in nature, collect some wild culture, observe it, and just add it to your tank. These little creatures was meant to live wild. They wasn't meant to be in a sterile environment. And it really stresses them out when they are in a sterile environment. That's why I try to always have different live cultures going and just try to keep the food web built. Now, the one I've had the most difficulty in building the food web in is my turtle tank. Because those little guys are voracious hunters. If they see a scud, they are going after it and they don't quit until they catch it. And even though I've got plenty of hiding spots, I think they finally decimated my scud population in that tank. It's really kind of wild. Well, I've got that one set up. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more designs that I need to do. So I've got 9 more to do, and it's already 4:17. Yes, anytime now Mom's going to be like, hey, it's time for lunch. Well, technically time for dinner. Right now I forgot to eat lunch, so I went in there and grabbed my lunch. I get caught up working and the time just flies and I'll forget about it. Well, I guess I'm going to end the live stream for today. Thank you everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm working on getting my live stream hours up so that I can monetize. And I really do appreciate it, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed watching. And if you guys think it's a good idea, you know, tomorrow evening, if things are slow, I can get on here and upload some more designs with you guys. What do you think? You think I should live stream tomorrow too? I think tomorrow I'll work on uploading. It's a design that I created called Discover a Hidden World, Start a Resurrection Jar. And it kind of shows like how I view the inside of a resurrection jar. Because it's like this mysterious world that has this cool pirate ship in it. Because you never know what you're going to find in a resurrection jar. Bear says go for it. I'm sure folks will show up again. Joey says sure. Well, hey, hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to find time again. And I'll live stream with you guys. Because it's really been a lot of fun live streaming with you guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope everybody has a great evening. It's actually been a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody. Love y'all. See y'all again soon. Bye.